So I've been out here all morning with my father-in-law trying to get all this stuff cleaned up. It is absolutely nasty. Basically, the pond was full of this grass. It's growing super tall, and we have to pretty much get into it to get the grass out. Got the dump trailer out here. This is the Texas Pride micro dump trailer. This thing's absolutely awesome. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we're loading up, and then we'll move this to the bigger dump trailer. It's a hard-working man right there. He's actually one of the hardest working people I've ever known. I'm telling you, this little micro dump trailer comes in so handy. Easy to tow with the tractor. Love the self-locking doors on it. You know, and honestly, I mean, I view a lot of these things like I think you're supposed to. It's a tool. That's all it is. It's a tool. It's a resource for me to move stuff around. It works really well, and I get a ton of use out of it. Probably more than any other trailer, simply because we use it around the property. We pull it around. I can literally hook up to it with the bad boy tractor, pull it out wherever I need it, scoop up whatever I need to, drop it in, hitch back up, and take off again. But what we're going to do now is we're simply going to dump this right here. I'm going to grab the excavator and I'm going to lift it all up and throw it in the pretty much full Texas Pride larger dump trailer. Love this compact dump trailer. I call it a micro dump trailer because it's smaller than most compact, and it still gives you an end dump, a telescopic boom here at the end, which is fantastic. I keep solar panels on just about everything, even though this one came equipped with a solar panel on it. I like something that keeps the battery topped off a little better, and that actually has an MPPT charge controller built into it. So we're, again, just gonna dump it out right here. Got my Gen Y snap latch on here as well. And I'm still considering getting a larger tractor because this one's great. It's just the front lift capacity I wish was a little greater when I'm trying to move heavy stuff around. Alright. Everything's kind of stuck in there, so I'm going to pull the tractor forward so it slides out. Okay, so it's actually not coming out on its own. So I'm going to bring the excavator over and just slide it down and use the debris forks to get it loaded up. A little bit of mechanical encouragement, if you might ask. Tell you how great it is to have this out here, to be able to compact everything in the trailer. Even when you think it's full, you'd be surprised how much more room you have. So when we first got this John Deere 50G compact excavator, the first idea behind it was that we would do a lot of digging and trenching, which we have done. We got 3 buckets for it, plus this cool little fork attachment that I had modified so it would fit. And initially we were doing a lot of trenching with that really cool Raptor claw bucket that my friend built for me, and the 12-inch bucket, and even the 36-inch bucket whenever we were getting the pond ready to use. But you know, once we got done with most of the digging, what I use this for now more than anything is as like a forklift, or a telehandler kind of. It gives me the ability to get ACs on top of RVs, to move equipment around, to load things in a way that I never had thought before. It's become kind of the perfect utility vehicle out here. Now it's slow, it kind of tears up the ground a little bit when you're rolling around and turning a lot, but whenever you need it, the function behind this thing is absolutely phenomenal. And I still use it to dig, but I found so many other cool applications for it, including compacting everything down in the back of the dump trailer, so I make far fewer trips. Before having the excavator, I would probably make 2 trips a week to get things dumped out of here, but with the excavator, it probably has been limited down to maybe 2 a month, because I can compact things so tight in there that whenever I make a delivery, it's like it's really crazy. It looks like a big log of stuff just sliding out of the back of it, almost like the trailer's pooping. And it just works really, really well for that purpose. Combine this with the tractor, it's been great. Now, do I regret not getting a skid steer? Not at all. The only time I occasionally regret it is when I need a lot of lift capacity that the tractor just doesn't give me. My tractor can lift maybe around, let's say about 1,100 pounds feasibly with the forks or the bucket, but it's not enough to lift really heavy stuff, which sometimes I need to, and it's not enough to actually move around my gooseneck trailers, either the last one or this one for sure, because we're talking with the last one 1,400 pounds worth of pin weight, and on this one we're talking 2,600 pounds worth of pin weight dry. So I can't use the tractor to move the trailers around, which is something that I really like to do, and that's really one of the only reasons I'm considering upgrading to a larger tractor, is for that extra lift capacity on the front and the hitch lift off the 3-point in the back. That said though, the John Deere has absolutely been a stellar performer out here, and we've used it for so many things we never thought we would even use it for, and I still can think of more ideas that would actually come in really handy for this. Even, moving things that you traditionally wouldn't move with an excavator. So yeah, a lot more content coming on this thing. It's been absolutely 100% reliable. We haven't had any issues outside of the original little lighting issue where they had pinched a wire whenever they were assembling it and the top light wasn't working, so we had to track that down and run a new line. But aside from that, this thing has been absolutely flawless, and it's been working really, really well. Plus, it's still compact enough to get on the gooseneck trailer, and it's also light enough that I don't have to worry about overloading the gooseneck trailer. This machine, as it sits right now, is probably around 11,000 to 11,500 pounds, because it has the long stick up front, so it's an extra long version of this. Plus, it has the counterweight on the back, which certainly adds weight, and this is a cab unit, which even adds additional weight. Okay, so my final task out here is to mow in some areas that I can't traditionally mow with my my tractor or my zero turn. And for that, we're gonna use the services of my mower raider. If you didn't see the video I made on this thing is really cool. This is not a robot mower. This is a remote control mower. Now, what's the difference? Well, a robot mower is kind of programmed to mow a much smaller yard, and it can mow pretty good areas. Now, I think they have some pretty fancy ones. The problem I have with that is I can't mow around areas like this. It's not going to get me into some tight areas because this is never going to be programmed into its route that it mows. So that's where I can use something like this. And the easy way to do that is you simply hold these 2 buttons down on the top of the remote, hit start, and there we go. I could fit in all these areas, but I'm just demonstrating this to the people who didn't see the video I made on this thing. But the cool thing here is I can get into areas that I normally would never be able to get into with another mower. I can turn the blades off when I want to go over an area like this, and I can hit them both again, start the mower. This thing just does a pretty dang good job. If you turn off the out of range sensor or notifier, then it actually feels a little bit nicer to use it. think I demonstrated in the video, when I first got it, it would start beeping at me when it got to about 30 feet away. And then beyond that, you would risk it basically disconnecting from being out of range. Which is kind of crazy because my DJI drones can go like miles away and still stay connected. So this remote definitely is a different technology. But yeah, like I said, I can get into areas with this that I just can't get into with my zero turn. I could get the push mower out, but what fun's that? Like this area back here, I don't ever mow this with the zero turn because it just doesn't make sense to. I can't fit it back here. But this bad boy right here, I can fit back here no problem at all. And the crazy thing is it only takes a few times using it before you really feel like you've gotten a hang of it, and you can essentially go the direction you want to go and run in straight lines without anything crazy happening. And it weighs enough that even if the grass is really tall, it does a good job going over it. This thing works pretty dang good. I love the zero turn capability it has. But yeah, this thing is pretty dang awesome. It's cast aluminum, so you're not dealing with anything that's super lightweight. Weighs a good amount again too, so it presses the grass down really, really well. But at the end of the day, yeah, this thing fits into areas that makes it super convenient, especially if there's something in an area that you want to get around, like a big wasp nest or something. That said, we're gonna wrap the day up. It's crazy windy outside. Got a little bit more to do, but we'll do that off camera. Guys, I sure hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. We'll talk to you again really soon.